Simpson. And Japan have gone absolutely without lead. This is Whitmore. Paul and Gale both available. It's still Whitmore. It is the Reggae Boys who take the lead.
BallChat. Good evening. Wait, wrong show, wrong screen. Good evening, sports fans. Welcome to BCN Sports BallChat Weekly. Wrong screen. Well, we have so many scenes in place. Boy, yo, wrong one. All right. My name is Benton, along with the BallChat family. Come on is with us. I am Benton Jr. Come on. Wagwan, understand?
Good.
You know.
But I don't feel supported over the last 48 hours. I am in pain.
Okay, Mr. Chelsea.
What exactly? Come on, you're right. It's very good to see you because we have some questions to ask about Chelsea and Enzo Maresca. What's going on with Enzo Maresca and Chelsea? You know.
I have no idea. That was so bizarre. Like go if after the game, after training, go home to your wife and your kids. Like, what you mean? When I watch Chelsea's game, home or away, I see fans. I mean, like, he has the support of the Chelsea base. What is he saying? I was so confused. I don't know if because they're not talking about him as much in the media, like the other coaches, like all Pep have to do is walk towards a cameraman and the entire segment is about Pep. Maybe that's what he wants, but I don't understand what he means by not getting the support he is. The Chelsea fans are behind him.
You not sure? Because what you said, I go at the end of that while him up. But he says Enzo Maresca last worst 48 hours. Let's get to the EPL roundup, family. Hopefully everyone had a wonderful week. Big up to all the subscribers. Welcome to BallChat Weekly. Show where we review some of the week's major news in the world of football. Let's get to it, family. We're not wasting time. Come on, EPL weekend, massive games, huge games. Talk to us about some of the games that stood out for you this weekend. And we'll get to the scores. And let me get the sheet up.
So I have to talk about Chelsea, of course. I never have them beating Everton. I am so sorry. I don't have no faith in my team. I don't know if Everton, if they're moving backwards, because before Everton, we could depend on Everton to win games, move forward. So I'm not sure what's going on with them. They're not doing well for the past couple of weeks. So Chelsea for me was good. Burnley Fulham it turned up in at the end, but it's a boring game. Like them game enough come on TV. Maybe live stream on YouTube, but it wasn't that great. Liverpool, Brighton. I was a little bit surprised that Brighton didn't give as much fight as we know that they can. It was, I don't know if it's a testimonial for Mo Salah. He came on and he provided an assist. The fans love him. They were singing his name. So I don't know how Carragher felt about that. So it was good seeing Mo Salah back on the pitch doing what he loves. The Arsenal Wolves game, I don't want to crown Arsenal champions yet because we know Arsenal always wet the bed. But for a team that played so poorly, yes, granted it's Wolves who only have 2 points, whatever, but Wolves, they actually did not play like a team who was in the basement, right? And maybe that's a part of Arsenal not playing well. In the 47th minute, Arsenal did not have one shot on target. So that's to show you how poorly they were playing. And yes, all 3 goals were scored by Wolves players. But champions always find a way to win. So for me, Arsenal, they're moving along. They're doing what they're supposed to do. So for me, Arsenal Wolves game was a game that was really something that I wanted to see because I wanted to see if City could catch up to Arsenal. But Arsenal is, plowing away and getting the points that they need. And that was Saturday. Of course, Man City, Haaland is churning away, doing what he's supposed to do to keep Man City close to Arsenal. Earlier in the season, people were saying, they were writing off Man City, saying that the race is over, that they would not be able to catch up to Arsenal. If Arsenal drop the soap, then I think it's going to be really, really rough for them, because Haaland is turning up because he scored 2 goals for Man City. Spurs, I'm a little bit concerned for Spurs. Is this the year that Spurs will get relegated? They are just so hot and cold. Like today they play well, then next week is something. How do you lose 3-0 to Nottingham Forest? You are Spurs. It's madness. Then we talk about the German Nick. That own goal, they need to check his betting app, because that was one of the weirdest own goal a striker could actually score. It's just ridiculous. Aston Villa and Unai Emery, I guess you asked me my games, but these are the games that I really enjoyed. I couldn't watch all of them one time, record them and watch them. Unai Emery and Aston Villa, in his interview, they asked him, are you feeling pressure? And he actually said no pressure, because people did not expect him to be in this position. So Aston Villa churning out the points, keeping close, in the title race, which is good for them. And I'll talk about Leeds and Brentford, because that was a boring game, but 1-1.
Yeah. Come on, give us a full tilt summary, Junior. Before we get to specific games, and we don't know a 1 hour show, so we're not spend a whole heap of time. Because we have quite a few things. World Cup tickets, Jamaican football, whole heap of things to discuss. But talk to us about your biggest takeaway, things that stood out for you game-wise in the EPL this weekend.
I echo common sentiment when it come out with Arsenal. They found a way to win. I mean, this is where we are with Arsenal now, where I think we are starting to see, or we're starting to believe, and I'm going to speak generally for everybody, because before it would have been just a matter of time. The old Arsenal almost showed up. That was the rhetoric before, but now there seems to be something else. Like I agree 100% with Kamod. Arsenal did not play their best, but they found a way to win. And at the end, what I like the most, my major takeaway, was what Arteta said, where he sounded the alarm. Last year, Arteta would have been, the boys have been playing well. They're due to have a bad game. We're good that we still tough out the result. But after this game, Arteta kind of sounded a warning and said, look, no, we're joking around. We need to take more serious, which tells me that this is a different approach. So that's my major takeaway. And I agree with Kambo to Aston Villa. They are hanging around. Man City hanging around. Well, Man City more than hanging around, but I think Aston Villa is hanging around, waiting to be toppled by the big boys. But City is there in prime position, waiting for that Arsenal slip, which might not come this year.
Zeroing in on the Arsenal game, come on, just specifically, Michail Arteta pretty much said that, they created more chances. But bottom line, at the end of the day, I mean, all 3 goals, as you mentioned, were scored by Wolverhampton. The plus and minus of football, I mean, Wolverhampton needed something from that game. They get to win a ball game. Come on, how one side's assault, and is this worrisome that Arsenal, leaning on Gabriel Jesus or whomever, cannot get the final piece at the end of this rifle, aka the 9, to score goals for them heavily?
Yeah, it was concerning. I mean, for a team who need goals, you need 3 points, you have to score. And if you don't have a shot on target, you will not score. Arsenal against a cellar dweller had no, as I said because it was just it was baffling to me. You against a cellar dweller, you could not register a shot in up to the 47th minute. So that was something. And I think they didn't have a corner in the first half as well. And so that was, that was kind of worrisome for me. You can't depend on Jesus because, I mean, he's been riddled with injuries. So that is something that you have to worry about. But you know what? Teams are allowed to have bad games. Unfortunately, it was like 2 bad games back to back. So Arteta, and they were not lucky enough to get something from the previous game. So this one, no, I mean, it's either Arsenal lucky or Wolves just salt. Although 2 things can be true as well. So they have to figure out how they can score goals. If Arsenal was playing a better team, a team who they don't allow goals like that, then it would have been an issue for them. I don't see Arsenal winning. They probably would have taken a point, which wouldn't have been good for Arteta. But they have to figure out a way how to score the goals. And they're talking about Kai Havertz coming back. They're saying when Kai Havertz come back, they'll have a little bit more firepower. I don't know about that. So Arsenal needs to kind of work on getting the goals.
Is it for Wolves for you? 2 points so far from what, 15 games?
Really?
Come on, Benton.
Rescue mission, nothing can save them. I mean, they're not playing that badly. They're not playing that badly. Them just can't score just like us. Well, not just
they actually scored 3 goals yesterday.
They scored 3 goals. Just not wrong goal.
They can't score. But you know what, too? The history or the stat that I heard yesterday was that Wolves is the first team or something like that to have the lowest tally of 2 points over a Christmas break across all leagues. So we're talking South and North and League One. We're talking about non-league. We're talking everything on a gully. Nothing. So that is really worrisome. And it's not a bad coach, because the team that he left is now mashing up the championship. You come back now, and so it would take a miracle for them to really jump 3 teams and scrape out a security. But I see Wolves going home. I don't see not going home, going down the championship. I don't see them hanging around.
Yeah,
and the irony is all the coach had to do was wait another year, and he would have been in the Premier League with his team. That's the irony, because Wolves not going to be there next year, so this coach won't be coaching in the Premier League next year. When all he had to do was wait 1 year and probably would have had a better team built, ready for the Premier League. Irony of ironies.
Yeah, but you take your work when you can get it.
No.
Not all work is good work. Where's Spurs coach name? Brentford coach.
Thomas Frank. We get
Thomas.
And
Frank.
Lopetegui.
Yeah, Lopetegui. Stepping over to the Liverpool, Mohamed Salah soaked it up all in. Arsenal, just to conclude, Arsenal defeated Wolverhampton 2-1. Junior, starting it off with you over at Anfield. It was nice to see the Egyptian king back on the field. I mean, he had an assist. Actually, no, most goals involvement for a single club, 277 past Wayne Rooney.
I'm just going to say, okay, sure. This Salah thing is kind of going on a little bit too long now, and the more it stays relevant in the news, to me, is the worse it look on Salah. Because now it takes away from Liverpool having the rhetoric saying we seem like we have righted the ship. We're still talking about Mohamed Salah versus Slut. And I another general statement coming in. I think most people are looking at this Slut versus Salah issue and just more looking from Salah's perspective. Slut is not giving them any information, any room, any leverage to say, see, Arne Slot is X. So it is unfortunate that Salah, and you know what? Sometimes we get to know people too much, like especially in sports, are icons, whether you're in entertainment or in sports. We love you for your talent that you do, right? But then with the way the world is right now, with technology and communication coming out, once you get to really find out who Mohamed Salah really is, in my opinion, I think he just needs a hug. I think Salah is acting like a petulant child, and he just needs a hug. I think because there are so many other players out there. The fact that he called out Jamie Carragher, and come on, hinted at Jamie Carragher earlier. The fact that Salah, if I could give you a list of players and say which one of these players are most likely to have an issue with a pundit, I don't think Salah's name would be called in the first 10 to 15. So the fact that him calling out Jamie Carragher, the fact that his history with Jurgen Klopp, when Klopp never start him and him throw the tantrum on the field and then Klopp try to hug him and Salah kind of push him off a little bit. As a Liverpool, if I was a Liverpool fan, I would say, Salah, you're a club legend, rate you, but go on the road, brother. Tired of you now, man.
Over to you. Come on. Big up to BM. BM says, welcome back. Come on. I never know say you're gone.
That's terrible.
Over to you regarding Mohamed Salah and Liverpool. And to be fair, Onslaught did say that there is nothing to resolve. There's no issue to resolve at the conclusion of yesterday's press conference. So me just want me don't want say his coach talk or whatever. Me just say what he must say.
No, but come on real quick. Thanks for bringing that up, Benton.
Yes.
That honest slot quote, read between the lines. He basically, I think honest slot is trying to look at Salah and say, man up. Stop being a baby. Read that quote again, direct quote from Slot about, like, I think he said something like Salah is just like any other player. Or something like that.
Yeah, he's just another player. He's another player
in the group. Right.
He's a part of the group, pretty much.
When Salah's main gripe was, I wasn't appreciated. So Slot look at him after. Just imagine one of your kids come to you and say, yo, you don't love me like you love or you love the other ones more than me. And then normally the parent comes and says, oh no, I love you just as much and sometimes even more and blah 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 versus yo, go to the room and stop your eyes, man. You and your brother still live together and we're still good. That's how Slot reacted to Salah. So I don't think it's done. But go ahead, come on.
But even when you know that you like, you have a favorite, so cut it out.
Well, that's true.
you have a favorite. You have a favorite. Everybody have a favorite. So let us
Florian Wirtz.
Yes. so I like Salah. I'm a Chelsea fan, married to a Liverpool fan. And if in here have a fit, right? According to him, no player is bigger than the club. We always say that, and it's true. But you have to give a player them due because when Liverpool needed a savior, right? Mo Salah was there.
Mm-hmm.
So I get it. But from the player, and I understand both points. I mean, like, as a mom to a player, a sister to a coach. So I understand both sides. Player wants to be appreciated because him say, listen, I carry this team on my back. I do all of this. I am one of your best players. You can depend on me. Even though past couple of games have not been 100%, but I am here. The coach now is saying, listen, I have 11 egos to control at any given time. 11 players right here. My bench is 18. I have to control all these egos. If I don't see you defending and I need my team to defend, I am going to go with somebody else because there's somebody else. And my issue is this too. No one's playing Salah off the pitch. It's not like we're saying Salah is on the bench, but this person is playing 100% better than Salah. He's not. And I get it. But you're right. Salah acting like a spoiled brat because coach don't talk to me. We don't have a relationship. But at the same time, he's thinking, if I am the man, if I am one of your best players, if I am one of your senior players, if this is what you're doing, let us have a conversation. Respect. I mean, like I that's how I see it. You know, like you pull a player and say, listen, you haven't been playing well for the past 3 games. You're not defending when I need you to trap back. I think we're going a different direction versus not talking to him. So coach not have a relationship with him player, which it seems ego driven. Like two big men ago, like nobody not think them can talk to each other. So I get both sides, but Liverpool is a club. It's not a one-man show. Salah can't do everything by himself on the pitch. And if the coach who is in charge of the team says, I need to do something else and I need to play somebody else, then it is what it is, Salah. Liverpool don't want it anymore. Speak to your representative. There's a club that will need you. But at this point, Slot is saying, if I allow Salah to do this, why wouldn't somebody else who is angry at me, or is getting the same treatment won't go there under the same thing. So I'm really have to nip it in the bud. So I get both sides, even though Salah is my guy, but Liverpool is a club. It's a name Salah FC.
I think to answer your question, in the voice of Slot, the Slot question in your voice, I think if another player try that, you just tell them, say, yo, score 180 odd goals or 190 goals for Liverpool, and then you can come talk to me. I mean, I think I'm a little bit more tilting towards the player. I do yield the point about the petulance and the childish behavior. The excessive talking in that press conference probably should have done behind closed doors with the coach. And the divulging information about under the bus and promises made. I don't agree with that. But, brother, you play bug side, West Ham. Why you have this brother sitting on the bench? Make him come around and look at 30 minutes or whatever, because you're going to lose him in the next few weeks. It's not like players are pulling up grass, as you said. And it's not just a unique thing with Salah. There are other players within Liverpool. I think Federico Chiesa does have a legit gripe also. But him not really make no noise because him are not the star.
Him not the goal.
Yeah, him not the man. But again, if the coach and the player don't have a relationship and they're not speaking, right? Or the back of a conversation. So it looked like, say, Salah forced the conversation. Because if I think people say he's a diva in the locker room based on some of them. They said that he does not have friends, but he is respected in the locker room, right? So I just think if he never come out and talk to this reporter who nobody knows, then we would not hear all this, and them would not have to talk, and them would not patch it up, and them would not whatever. But for me, I think Salah will not move or do any better on that slot. I think even though they smile, they shake, they hug and whatever, I think the relationship has been damaged.
Right.
Let me ask you about this before we move away from this topic. Liverpool won the game 2-0. But more importantly, do you think that the response by Slot was in line with what he saw, the reception yesterday from the crowd? When Mohamed Salah was introduced in the 26 minutes. For example, if there was jeers and booing for his behavior, you think Slot would have a different response? No. Okay.
No.
What response?
Because to me, that response yesterday is almost like the crowd that said, yo, you are a footballer. They celebrated him and applaud him immensely.
But what response? Tell them to put on back your penny and go sit down?
No, but you could have just not applaud. They not only just applaud, and at the end of the game, he walked the four corner of the field, and the people them stayed on and applaud him. It's almost like a testimonial. It's almost like I'm last game.
Yeah, but it's Arnie Slot's team. It's not Salah's team. And if they go out and they have a disagreement again, Slot not going to play him. It's just
we don't know if an Slot team. But give lose 2 more games. Junior, you know what I'm saying?
No, I echo Cameron's sentiment.
Yeah.
Look, Salah is not aging gracefully. He's not aging gracefully. And unfortunately for Salah, I think there has been a rhetoric the last 3 years. It feels like it might be shorter, but it feels like we've been talking about this year in, year out. Reports are Liverpool want to move on from Mohamed Salah. Remember, when it first started, we weren't really hearing from Salah. So I side on the team. I side on the admin side. However, fear is fear. The first rumblings was from the admin side, was from the team. And Salah was always quiet. It wasn't until his reaction to Jurgen Klopp when people start saying, there is a there, right? Because now we saw a reaction from the player. And I think there is some pent-up feelings. I think there's some hard feelings being felt. And unfortunately for Salah, he falls into that trap that many athletes seem to fall into, that you are a forever gem. It's like everybody think they're going to have a statue built for them out in the front of the stadium. You can choose when you leave and blah, blah, blah. But sometimes, brother, you just have to read the room. Read the room. We didn't hear much support for Salah. I keep saying this. We don't hear much support for the player from other players. What does that silence? I know Chiesa came out in support of Salah. I think Virgil came out in support of Salah.
Virgil was riding the fence.
All right, okay, he's riding the fence, but we don't. There wasn't an overwhelming side being picked for our overwhelming response. The quiet is deafening, and this isn't Salah's first outburst.
Yeah, but Junior, but who would do that though? Because if my coach is a spiteful petty coach, why am I coming out now to support a player where they're on him bad side? It's like you're there work. Your co-worker a carry on and a cousin a carry on, and I look upon you for support, and now you're my next. I have my mortgage to pay. You mean, yes, I agree with everything you say, but I am not saying it out publicly.
Well, we can't depend on come on when we go talk to management for peer areas.
No.
We all talk with one.
Yeah, I'm
we
in
can't
there.
depend on come on for help increase for peer with annual appraisal.
No, I am firing you up. Yes, Benton, we deserve it. Yes, we forget this. I say, no, I'm not going in or come we go. You reach at the door when you look back. Me, that might the same way type.
Of course. Come on. Benton, something that's sir. We three will need to talk to you.
Yes,
we
all. So I don't blame those players, but I bet privately, even though Salah is probably not the nicest person to them, but he brings something to the team. And if anybody for talk about any performance is not Virgil for talk. If he does long there eating food, it knows nothing at all. But I don't expect players to come out and be vocal. This is not Mario Balotelli who don't care about anything. And I get this thing with the Carragher thing. Carragher has been picking on Mo Salah. Every time I see, and Carragher not have nothing for, like every time I see him is the spit messy, like when he spit on the people and he's out there picking on Mo Salah. I don't see him pick on Virgil. I don't see him pick on where the defender boy named Kanate. I mean, I see him pick on him like when pick on Salah. And at some point, players get frustrated and tired for years. So them say something. Look at it. You have people come out and disagree with him. Thierry Henry come out and he disagreed with Salah. He said, what you're doing is not right. But the way he said it, the way he did it, Carragher come out and make it seem like, say, Mo Salah is some bum Liverpool player. No. And I know Jose Mourinho talked about Carragher already and said, for a man who has not accomplished a lot, he talks a lot. And it's true. So
Junior, one gaff.
yes, Manu. So I get it, right? I get it, and yes, both parties should get some blame in this, and it's just going to be interesting to see how they move on from it.
All right, prediction time. Mo Salah, will he be back?
I think he will be back, but I think this is his last season at Liverpool.
Okay, and Junior, will he be back?
Yeah, he can't go anywhere.
Because I mean, when the AFCON done finish January 18, providing that they got.
But that salary and that his salary and his status are his iconic status or personality cannot. He's not a January transfer.
Saudi Arabia money not there.
No, not in January. No,
not in January.
That is that's an end of season unveiling. You know, think about it. You ever see any grand unveiling in January of any big baller?
Yeah, you don't really see them big moves there. But we don't see it's not every day we see a coach and a money and a star baller jump off still.
But they will get over it. I think both sides will get over it.
For the good of the club, they'll get over it. I think this is the break that they needed. Like when your girlfriend have a little issue and you need a break, separation, time apart. This is perfect.
Back road.
No, I mean, we have.
It's a family-friendly show, sir. I don't know anything about.
But to be fair, we have to know how we standing at. There's levels. The kids them say there are levels to this, and Orange Slot need to recognize that every manager have to recognize that some people put them on him up. And Salah is the man who put him on him.
Yeah, but at the same time though, a club needs to recognize when a player is not at their best and when a player will not help the overall team. Yes, it looked good on Salah to score 1 goal, yes, so probably have an assist, but when the 11 players on the pitch need him to track back, and in this case, him not defend, then the coach will have to make a decision.
And what make it worse? You know what make this all worse? I think from a Mohamed Salah perspective, it's like a Wayne Rooney a coach's side. None of this happened until Wayne Rooney publicly said, bench him and send a statement. Not bench him because he's bad enough. Bench him and send a statement. And no, the man said, boy, me bench him and send a statement to the group. And the side was a bug side. So, how you mean, Mohamed Salah? Speaking of...
And to be fair too, I call 2 other players where could definitely do from a benching.
Yes.
Him come out and say Konate is always at the scene of a murder.
Yes.
Outside of a crime. Like
and he started the next game straight.
And he praised him the next game.
He has been poor, right? So I'm saying like, so I don't understand. It is a reverse psychology thing, or I say, so Ed Big is an ego thing. Anybody with a ball head like Benton right there is an ego thing.
Speaking of ball head and manager who jump off, Liverpool defeated Brighton 2-0, but Chelsea ball head manager Enzo Maresca was at it after a 3-0 victory over Everton. Our 2-0 victory over Everton. I had no idea what Enzo Maresca was talking about after the game. Come on, you speak Chelsea. You speak the language over that club, so talk to it. Translate for what exactly he said.
I speak Chelsea, but me not speak full. Like that's like, what was that? Like I watched it and I'm sitting and I'm like, the stadiums have not been empty, right? I mean, like, I just don't understand unless it is code for something. Maybe it is locker room talk. Maybe he's losing the backing of the board. Maybe he is not. Maybe he's saying, listen, I need to get this other player, right? And them I tell him no. We have 50 million people on the roster. Let's not go for somebody else. But I don't see where he's saying he's not getting the support. It can't be from the fans. It must be from players and the owner, but it's not from fans.
Like, make me read the comment, the exact quote. So for the people, big up to the people on the live. Make sure to smash the like button. He says, quote, the last 48 hours has been the worst since I joined the club because many people didn't support me and the team, end quote. I won't like him there, club. Then take and hear this. Him say the worst 48 hours, even with Rhyme Sterling, foolishness, even with all the 30-yard and 50-yard men he had. He said this is the worst 48 hours.
And I've been looking in the supporters and the fan group them to see what happened in the last 48 hours. And I said nothing. Unless listen, we can only speculate. Unless you have some players who hand in them transfer requests, right? It has to be something internal. I can't with the fans, them I must with the upper echelon. I don't know what else. It was baffling, and I hope that at his next press conference, somebody press him on it.
Junior, you speak Chelsea. Talk to me, because come on and speak Chelsea.
But come on, right now, there's something else to that statement. We don't know what it is as yet. I feel he wants to invest in the squad. I feel he wants to bring in more transfers, and maybe he was promised that he will get something. The worst last 48 hours. You have to look and see what happened over the last 48 hours when you come out to Chelsea. And there's nothing out there. There's nothing public, so it must be something internal, like I say. And the only thing, one of the only things to me that can make a coach have a falling out with a well-run organization is lack of funds. And I think that's what he's talking about. I think he wants to make a purchase in January and then probably telling him whatever money he wanted, they can't get it. Because the fact that Reece James is playing in midfield in some games should tell everybody Chelsea needs a midfielder. And that might be the support that he's looking for. That might be the support he's looking for and not getting it.
That's it, because they asked him if it was the club supporters, and he says, I love the fans and we are very happy with the fans. So, I mean, I don't know. So, yeah. I don't know. I can't, it's not the players, it's not the fans. So, you're right. I think it's something to do with getting players. But you must also remember that Chelsea have one of the biggest squads out there, right? Which was second youngest squad, I think, in the Premier League. But we have players out there where we can pull them back from loan, players where there's no space on the bench for them, not even the extra igloo them can slump on behind him Ram. So I don't know. So maybe that's what they're looking at. So listen, you have the bulk of the players them out there going to the U21, go down there, go look and bring some players. Him probably want a big name player. Like oh, you know, them go to them, but them just spend how much million per the striker who nah perform.
Yeah, we could have tell them that.
Yeah, they are injury prone too, but
who could have tell them that?
So it has to be something that just do with transfer, because no, it's a 40 we're in December and people start put together them little list from now. So it's not the fans, because I mean no.
Well, hey, look, Junior. The Chelsea fans, they might take themselves out of it, you know. check Chelsea fans are saying winner in that.
But they should. Yeah,
we never expect to be in the first place. But I mean, we're hanging around, we are doing what we're supposed to do. We are not Wolves. We're not lose like Spurs. We're not get butter like a certain side. We're not red like Man U. Them call themselves. Like, come on now.
All right, let's take a look at the EPL table. Manchester United wrap up the round with a game against Bournemouth. With a victory, Manchester United can leapfrog a few teams, including Chelsea.
Hey, don't call me.
No, actually tie with Chelsea on 28 points. Things that stood out for you. Yeah? Go ahead, come on.
No, I didn't say goal difference.
Arsenal on top. Things that stood out for you guys in the table. Wolves at the bottom. 36 for Arsenal, 36 points. Wolves on 2 points.
Dare I say Man City is on a mission to walk down Arsenal? I get that vibe.
Yeah.
I get that vibe. Like they are all hyper focused and ready for this challenge. So I'm seeing that's my major takeaway.
That's my thing too. Oh, go on.
Yeah, go ahead. And can't forget about Nottingham Forest. Can't forget about Nottingham Forest. I remember more than what they did to Tottenham. When Sean Dyche took over, Nottingham Forest was supposed to be passengers with Wolves and them way down. And right now, more and more as the weeks go by, Nottingham Forest is starting to find safety. So that's it to me.
We have some questions. Big up to the family in the chat. We'll get to the questions. Aston Villa question. Come on, talk to me about Aston Villa. And Junior, they also asked about Aston Villa. Big up. Smash the like button, everyone on the live. And come on, while you're at it, talk about the table for me. So give us your insights on the table.
So this is how I think Man City, barring any of the mishap when we know I'm run at the back. My problem with City is that their defense is it's wobbling, right? But for a team that wants to win the league, them don't have a striker who will depend good amount of goals. So right now, our stat leaders for Man City, Haaland have 17 goals. So for a team that wants to win the league, you have to have a man like him. You know Arsenal are going to do. Brentford's player Igor 11 and Danny Welbeck on 7. Where Arsenal people them there. So that's worrisome for them. Aston Villa, they've won 5 games in a row. That is something that we should be talking about under Unai Emery. Remember the upheaval at Aston Villa, but he still is finding a way to stay up there with the big dogs in third place. And I like the table. I talk about it all the time. I never want to go back to a time like when Chelsea did win the league with 5 games left. I mean, I like that. This is good for the table toppers on 36. Second is 34, and Aston Villa 33. That says a lot for Aston Villa, and I wish them all the best. Liverpool, they were wobbly, but they're still up there in 6th. Tottenham, I am a bit surprised. Tottenham has won 1 game in their last 5 games, and they're still hanging around in 11th place. So they must be careful because the table, the race is really, really tight. The only person where we can really count out of it, well, only 2. Because Burnley lose all them game. And West Ham, just lucky enough to just draw 3 games. But if you look on it, West Ham, Burnley, Wolves, firmly cemented down there. But for me, as Junior said, Forest is a team where can kind of turn on and we see it today when they dismantle Spurs. But for me, Tottenham may be in problems this season.
Junior, you touch on this briefly, Aston Villa, but I want to expand the conversation before we leave the English Premier League. The African Cup of Nations, you've touched on this. The players leaving for the AFCON over the week or so, we talk about football.
One team alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Which team will have the more severe impact? Sunderland is looking to lose 5 or 6 players. Everton will lose, I think, 2 or 3 players. AFCON, of course, Liverpool will lose the Egyptian king. How will impact AFCON affect this table?
If nothing at all, it will affect the depth of each team, and whichever team can survive or stand in that subtraction, they are the ones that will move up in the table. So that would be my prediction. That's how I see AFCON will affect these teams. But teams that are out there with a well-balanced squad and have more than 2 players or more than 1 player at each position or at most positions, they will be all right. They'll be all right. Plus, you never know. You never know which Cameroon team going because the 2 sides get picked. We'll talk about it.
Which is that's funny. Listen, I think teams will be okay. I mean, you can't spend all this money and don't think about that. You know that this is a tournament that players will have to go. So I don't see any well-thinking club not having someone that they can slide into. This is an opportunity for men on the bench who every week probably have a gripe like Mo Salah to not come in. My issue is with some of the players are still I would be worried to lose my spot because if I'm like a 70% good player, for example, on Sunderland, and a man on the bench already put me in, coach, come in and turn up. So you have players who can easily slot in. So I think it will show you how good a coach will be and how good a squad is and how good them scouting department actually is.
Yeah.
Sunderland will lose the most players to the tournament while Arsenal, Aston Villa, Bournemouth, Chelsea, Leeds and Newcastle have no players.
Racist.
How Chelsea all those transfer? This is a pivot from the old Chelsea, the Russian Chelsea, right?
Yeah.
Because we used to 21 stock. Hey, don't be surprised. I might see them put on all whisper. Hey, but what I know, this is a good opportunity for Wolves to get themselves organized.
This is
Grab
true.
a point or 2.
Yeah, true.
This is true. Junior, I'm going to highlight some of the comments then. Big up to all the family on the live.
Tripley said, Junior, how do you feel about Aston Villa winning each week? Are they referencing that I keep saying that they're going to fall off, but they keep winning each week? And even though he say he's joking, that's a good question. Because when will the wheels fall off? If Aston Villa can survive the Christmas window, if they can survive that little winter rush and come out unscathed with no injuries and still maintaining a high energy at the stadium, they will be fine. So that is my thing to Aston Villa, and I was wrong. I thought by now they would have fallen off, but they're not.
Come on, Aston Villa is a legit title contender. Una Emerson, no.
No, yeah, he said, but you know what? I like that from him. Him not pull no attention to himself, and him not put no pressure upon him players. Them. Him just say, him say, what we have next week, Man U, or we have him say next game or whatever. I forget who am I playing next? Like him say, the Brentford or Man U. Him say, we're looking at the next game. So one foot in front of the other. So I don't think they're tight contenders because Arsenal and Liverpool, City, but they're doing what they have to do. Champions League for sure.
And before we leave the EPL, another land of pettiness, the Tyneside derby between Sunderland and Newcastle. Sunderland won the game 1-0, decided to take a photo inside the goal, emulating exactly the same thing that Newcastle did to them 2 years ago, approximately. Was it 2 years ago? Or was it last year?
When they win the cup.
Yeah, when Newcastle defeated Sunderland in the FA Cup. So Sunderland said, we got you. Come out of the yard. Bruno Guimaraes, the Newcastle player, says this is one of the worst feeling ever to lose this game. This is a player who have suffered what? Final defeat. But this is one of the worst games to lose.
But and that is funny. Where I think they refuse to put them name, call them the visitors.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the Sunderland scoreboard refused to acknowledge Newcastle on the score.
This they call a proper rivalry. We love it. I love it. The pettiness and whatever. You want to come win. But to be honest though, can we talk about that own goal? Like how?
By the German Messi.
The German Messi. Boy, oh boy.
Mercy. All him for go home. Can't ride the team bus.
But Sunderland is probably going to get the the team of the first half of the season. I mean, business end now in the dark days of winter. Big side. They have done quite well.
Is the owner, I think the owner, is he 25 or 26?
Oh,
so
really?
Maybe,
I didn't know.
Yeah, he's a young guy. I think he know the business inside out. They had an interview with him, and I think there's another club that his father owned or whatever. So he has been around the business, and he has invested in his club. So maybe the moral of this story is get rid of the dinosaur them and bring in some young owners.
Yeah. All right, come on. And Junior, we're stepping away from club football. Xavi Alonso won a game, so we don't have to worry about Real Madrid. We have to get your thoughts on what's going on with FIFA and these World Cup tickets. A lot of fan groups this week came out across Europe and saying emphatically, one group called for halting of ticket sales. Junior. One group emphatically called for halting of ticket sales. Come on, FIFA then rebut and said they got 5 million offers or requests in the first 24 hours. So,
hey, I was talking to one of the old foot them today, and he tell me say 1998. No, what was the World Cup in the US?
94, right?
94.
1994 World Cup. They made a lot of money. So they're coming back to make a lot of money. So we can say we now buy the oxtail, but somebody else out there buy the oxtail. For me personally, I am not paying $900 for go watch Brazil versus Haiti, and that is nosebleed section. That $900 can buy a projector and a screen, and we can rent Me can rent one space and charge my friend them $10 a head and cook some food. Because come on now. And if you look at the prices, the England fans are crazy. And I say it all the time. When I went to a Champions League game, it was 24 euros and my seat was good. So they're pricing out the fans. And I bet you we can fly go Mexico, go watch a game and it's cheaper. Hotel, car rental, airfare, whatever, and it's cheaper than in America. FIFA offered us something. The ticket prices are ridiculous, out of control.
But you won't be doing it in you won't be having the luxury of being great in the fantastic America. Come on, that's Mexico.
Okay.
Nothing compares to the wonderful America.
That's fine. I can drink tequila and eat, but papusa or whatever. Over there, so but it's just we can't. We want to go to the games, but 900 nosebleed for say 80. First of all, me not pay $9 for go see 80 because I can see 80 for $20 free if them play at the office. So
you know that's $10. You know that's $10 a minute them charging.
Oh my Jesus! No, they're pricing us out, and unfortunately, they will have people who will buy the tickets. So why should they, reduce the price for us? Basically, they must say, stay on the yard. Oh, we live next door to Atlanta Stadium. We're not gonna hear stuff. Can't go. It's ridiculous.
So none of you expect any changes. I know the FA Football Association in the UK is saying that they're submitting the request from the fan groups. I mean, the German fan group also make up organize. They're submitting these things to FIFA. But do we expect any change from FIFA?
It's a money-making thing. I can say it on camera because I already put my name 4 times and then raffle something. I'm going to get picked. so me know me not get picked. So you can see me and hear me a chat. But do not tell you. The only thing I can see is ticket prices falling if people decide, say, 2 days before the game, them now go, and the tickets are outstanding. That's the only thing I can see. If we force them, so what you gonna do? If the ticket them are gonna drop, me nah pay $900.
I like my status.
Junior over there, what is like?
I like my status. Come on.
Your thoughts, Junior? You over there? You don't really want say anything against the grain?
You just look down just on my phone and make sure everything all right. We don't talk politics on this show, but politics have to play in it. And I think come on, expertly went around the politics. Expertly went around the politics, and those who knew where she was going with it without her having to say it. I just to be a contributor to the conversation will walk headfirst into the politics. Trump was the one that came out this week and said why we can't get people from Sweden and them place to come over, right? Why we have to get people from S-hole companies or S-hole countries to come over? People from Somalia. They can't even take care of themselves. Why do we want them to come over? I would think this same president in this same country that he's running is going to make it easier for stadiums to be filled. No, it doesn't work like that. So this rhetoric goes hand in hand with the U.S. foreign policy, and this is synonymous to the gold card, which, if we don't notice, we don't hear much about the gold card anymore in the news cycle.
The gold card is live.
No, but I know it's live, but we haven't heard much about it in the news cycle.
One X card.
No, we can't afford it in our circle. We can't afford it, so we don't get
have 5 million. Come on, don't worry yourself.
Yeah, but you see, the World Cup. I mean, big up to no big up. I'm gonna try to friend him up. Mr. Infantino, you gave President Trump the inaugural FIFA Peace Prize, right? And right in that same breath, you come out and look at the people and say, yo, you're going to pay an arm and a leg. Right in that same breath, right in that same vein of we're extending the World Cup. we're making the World Cup bigger because they want to incorporate more countries and more teams and become more global, right? But you're removing the opportunity for kids to go and enjoy a spectacle. Now, granted, I don't think it should be $20. I don't think it should be $20 for a ticket. However, Super Bowl money, or close to Super Bowl money, which is once a year, nah, that's too much. Too much.
Yeah.
Um,
And
yeah.
then don't forget the 19 countries that were banned. So Haiti is in the World Cup, but their fans can't travel. You know, Mexico, basically, you're there at Haiti, you can't afford it anyway or whatever. And do not
Hey,
forget,
no.
That's
that's
true.
no, that's not what I am saying. That's what they're saying. Right?
Hey.
Whatever. And then remember, on top of that, if you're applying for a visa, there's an extra $250. They say it is refundable, but there's nothing in place for you to get that refund. And it is so crazy because if you get a 10-year, you don't get back the $250 till the 10-year. So, anyways, so it's so messy. But let's see what happens. I am hoping that a couple days before the game, people decide to them nah go. They just find all the people buy the ticket. Them, I don't know. But the way how they set it up is that if you gonna them lottery and them choose you, your credit card is already there. So if your ticket is cost $750, they're charging your credit. Like, I'm not buying it.
Yeah, no.
So I am looking. So I will look at the prices for Mexico because I think Canada will also be on the expensive end as well. So Mexico, where may I look? Any
Then-
game I play, Mexico cheap, may I go?
Then with
You
that,
can't tell man down there, you
with,
know.
with that thinking, come on, since all we are hustler, then the more people are going to Mexico, the more Mexico prices now gonna set up then.
You know, you're doing a ball up about who there. Him now go. So me can get him.
Hell no.
See, so I will get his spot.
All right.
You ever
so,
watch Dust Till Dawn? No.
So for
Now
the
gonna ticket
BCN family, what do you recommend? Come on, go ahead and station ourselves in Mexico and just watch the ticket prices. And just in the event something dropping our lap, we take it. If not,
Long
then we
time.
just enjoy ourselves in Mexico.
No. I have my ticket. Don't have my ticket. Me now go. Me not
If not,
you
we
know.
just enjoy ourselves in Mexico.
But
so-
all I know is that TV prices are going to go up because TV and projector prices because we're
Yeah.
going to have a lot of watch parties. That's what we're going to do.
Yo, I swear we need to buy me TV. Come
We
on,
need
there's
to get
some go
some-
some
we
to
need to
them.
get a few TVs for sale and rent them out.
Yeah.
Hey.
Tripley says, I'm not sure why ticket prices are so expensive. It's not like US is building new stadiums unless the US likes to feel like we are rich. BM says, watching the World Cup on TV has its perks as long as I get to see it. True. Tripley also says, the FIFA president knows a certain president of love. And knows a certain president love likes by giving him public recognition.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
And BM says FIFA president knows Trump likes attention. He's just stroking Trump's ego
Yeah, man.
to
Yeah.
get his way.
Can't the Infantino now mash up his money. They will come and say, now box food out of your plate.
Not that
Hey,
much.
one thing you need for the Infantino and for the piss off my little man there, next thing you know, taxes start reach the FIFA revenue. In the back, how them lock the gate. One final question for you, come on. Our junior, anyone know this? The US government implemented some travel, what them call it, bonds or whatever, visa bond. Like you pay
Just-
these things.
Me just talk about it.
So was it the price? Didn't the price vary for some countries?
$250.
It was just $250. Okay. So the yard of them who provide Jamaica qualify for World Cup is $250 alone. I mean, if you pay.
Right. If the visa is approved.
Okay.
Whoa, 250. What do you mean by 250 alone?
So
need
all
to
right,
pay?
what about a man from DR Congo? Provide DR Congo make how much MVP?
So their fees, them visa fees different. This 250 is a fee. So they don't care how much other money you have to pay. This extra 250 is in addition to whatever that is if the visa is approved. And they say it's refundable, but there's nothing in the system that shows you how you're going to get it back. And they also say it's at the whole for the life of the visa.
Okay, fine. Great for clear that up. And final question, because we have to go yard ballers. There are some stipulations about social media requests. Will that apply? Apparently, the U.S. government, there are reports that U.S. government are asking social media history
It's
for
not
visa.
new.
Will it be applicable here?
It's not new.
Okay.
It's not new. Always have been. When you
But
do
they
your,
never asked with my social media when me are forward.
when that Benton when Jesus was a boy,
Don't worry about that.
we never have social media back then. When you forward, it was wow.
Palm Pilot.
Not even BlackBerry.
Them ask for the cleaner paper.
No, it's always like that.
Okay.
If you fill out your visa application, there's a section that asks you for your social media handles.
Okay.
Facebook, so those things, and then what they will do is ask you to hand over your device so they can search it. So it's not new.
All right.
It's
So
not
wait now.
more.
Another question, because you take me down this thing, you know, because we have a virgin. Well, buy some tickets and provided him reach a port of entry, him got his tickets. Mm-hmm. Can they take his device? He's a visitor. Look on him device, aka his cell phone, and him say certain thing about such man, and they tell him, say, boy, yo, you're not entering. Is that?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
then,
and then you have to link him now so we can get him ticket them.
So, all right, so how we can get those? Okay.
But I don't know. It might be so upset him dash them way. I don't know. So what you have to do now is make sure say you stay in touch with him and make him know.
All right, what would you recommend for fans of the World Cup coming into the US? At the port of entry.
Leave your social media phone at your yard and walk with a banger.
Walk with a burner.
I never said burner. I said
walk with a prepaid phone.
Exactly.
Walk with a prepaid.
Or just don't say anything out there that will jeopardize your.
Yeah, that too gone. Gone by the money. That gone.
Hey, all you do, you remove your social media from your phone. Delete Facebook and whatever. And when you land your
you see, Junior, you see what she's giving very good tips, and our internet just come on, we don't hear nothing what you're just saying, everything just block up.
I'm not tell people anything on this.
Please repeat. I could see it again, you know.
It's okay, it's a sign.
Somebody in the government I watch it, but thanks for the
long time. By the way, U.S. government, if you are watching the show, hit the like button and subscribe.
See it there. Hit the like button. All right, let's get ready to go to Yard Ballers Report. Focusing on Jamaican football news now. Come on, before we hand it over to you and get any updates, I want to get your all thoughts on this. Michail Antonio training with Leicester City, reggae boy. I mean, of course, he hasn't officially retired, but Michail Antonio looking to restart his club career. Providing that Michail Antonio can get a contract with Leicester City, I mean, could he be one for Coach Rudolph Speed, Jr.?
Could he be?
Come on, Junior has left the building.
I see him. Could he be or should he be?
Should he be? Years of experience.
All right. Based on what we have, I would say yes.
All right.
Without Junior one gone, this is it.
Yeah, Junior has left the building.
I have always said, if a player don't have a club, I don't see why they should be on the national team. It's not so it works. It shouldn't work like that. You need to play because training alone don't keep you fit. You're not match fit. Fine, whatever. So if Michail Antonio gets a club, why not? Because we were in the group with Bermuda, Trinidad, and Curacao, and our scoring output was not great. Maybe he could have helped. I don't know. Maybe me don't know one. But if he has a club and he's in tip-top shape, why not?
He's training with Leicester City
Eh,
Junior.
why not? Because I know one thing I know is one Bissaka cannot tackle him.
See it there? 35 years old, right? Yes. Fit. Junior, before we go to your ballers report, we come on. Any you have anything to add?
Look, Jamaica not playing another game. All right. Before Jamaica play DR Congo, they're going to play one game versus
New Caledonia.
Right? I am already chalking that up as a win. Jamaica will only play one game before playing DR Congo. You know how many games DR Congo going to play before they play Jamaica? They're playing in the AFCON. You guys want to tell me that we're going to take an old player that thankfully came back from a devastating accident that shattered his leg, and he's going to run around with a first division side. Not even play. He's going to run around with them, and then he's going to show up, and we expect him to do something against DR Congo. Come on, man. To go to the World Cup, DR Congo will be 90 minutes away from the World Cup. You go and tell me.
Junior, do you have better though? That's the question.
Of course you have better.
Okay, all right.
Of course you have better.
So why them never show up in our group player? If we have better.
Okay, so if Michail Antonio was playing, we would have made it to the World Cup.
I don't know if a door was a door post, where would have put the inches. I don't know. But what we're saying is that what we had wasn't good enough. So we listen, doing the same thing over and over is ridiculous. I'm not saying that Michail Antonio is going to come in and be a world beater, but he can be a distraction. For me, Kaim Dixon and whisper real name. Whispers inexperience is something that worries me. They may be good young players, but they're inexperienced in a situation like this, right? I want somebody who has a little bit of experience, maybe to lead. I mean, no, play 9.5. Him not to be the main striker. Him can be something. But we need somebody who can kick the ball from left, right, whatever. And as I said, somebody who one Bissaka will not kick them. And somebody who don't run with them head down. Jesus Christ, why Cephas run with him head down? But anyways, there's a next time for next whatever. But I'm saying, Junior, is that what I saw from the ones that we had in the group, we need some help. Maybe... We're going to assume that Michail is good, maybe him not good. We have, if he signs a contract with Leicester, he will have January and February and some part of March, right? For sure, us, when of. If he can be game fit, if he can contribute for Leicester, will you change your argument then?
Hell no. So I'm going to tell you why. This is the same Michail Antonio that went through the last World Cup qualified 4 years younger. How many goals have Michail Antonio scored for Jamaica? So why the hell am I going to sit down and expect a man that is 4 years older, coming off a catastrophic injury? Come on, man. All right, look. The football gods are not in Jamaica's favor. It would be so unfair if you're a neutral, if me as a neutral would think it is so unfair for DR Congo to not make it to the World Cup. Plus, we don't even know what the hell them going to do in AFCON, you know. They might show up at AFCON and blow AFCON out the water. If them do that, we going to sit down and think that they're going to turn around and in 90 minutes play against a side with a man who have played no football for over a year. Come beat them? Come on, man. Come on. No.
Well, Mason Green will score again today. Hey, hey. Hey, all right. You want to go to World Cup or not?
Come on.
Ask Benton that
we did see
question.
we did see the draw.
Ask Benton that
We're not too
question.
sure about this going to World Cup thing. Portugal,
Hey.
Colombia. I want you. Come on. Make Cristiano
look
Ronaldo
there.
butter bruise we.
Hey, we might reach there. We don't know. I don't know. Ooh,
Come
Lordy.
on. Cristiano Ronaldo wants to score 1,000 goals. He might score about 50 against we. If we got it.
No, you won't.
So what I say, put you out of our misery and go back to Mexico.
Nah, man. Don't worry about that.
Well, you know what? I will report to you because I am going to Mexico in March. So I will try an interview with Michail after and bust up them net down there.
You know what? Come on, I will join you. You know what? I like the attitude. Junior can't stay in the studio. We are going to Mexico. Yardballers report. Come on. Anything else you have to add?
Oh my gosh. So anyway, I am watching the updates. Racing really beat Cavaliers 3-1. They mean at the 86th minute. Merciful friend. So anyway, Bunny Shaw scored 4 goals today. She reached the milestone of scoring her 100th goal in just 120 appearances for Man City. She's the first player to ever do so. So big up to Bunny Shaw. Richard King is a Scottish League Cup champion. St Mirren stunned Celtic 3-1 in the final at Hampden Park today. So him gone from being a Cavaliers player to a Scottish League Cup champion. So for local league, schoolboy football, I should say, for D Cup quarterfinal results, Kempshill advanced to their first D Cup semifinals. They beat McGrath 1-0. Cornwall College 1, Glenmore 1. Glenmore advances to the semis. Stets 0, Dintle 0, but both teams advanced to the semis. Christiana beat Clarendon College. Is one to Clarendon College? Christiana beat Clarendon College 1-0. Okay, that's why. So Ochireas advanced to Ben Francis quarterfinals. They beat Olaba High 1-0. A 10-man Manchester High beat William Nib 5-0 to advance to the quarterfinal of the Ben Francis Cup. So Manchester High is the team to watch. So in our Manning Cup quarterfinal results, JC beat Hydel 5-0. Excelsior beat Charlie Smith 1-0. Eltham at the dark horse. So Eltham is going to, I think they're going to win. Let me just say, I think they're going to win Manning Cup. So Eltham beat Calabar 2-1 and Stats beat Vauxhall 1-0. For JPL games, we had some games during the week. On Monday, we had Cavalier beat Montego Bay 3-0. Tivoli beat Waterhouse 2-1. We had games on Wednesday. Spanish Town FC is my home club. Mercy, Arnett beat them 10-2.
Come on, call them name properly. Spanish Town Police.
Spanish Town Police get them butts whooped 10-2. Crazy from Arnett. Chapelton 0, Racing 0. Hold a second. Racing score again. 4-1. Racing beat Cavalier. So on Thursday, we had some games. Mount Pleasant beat Tivoli 5-0. Montego Bay beat Cavalier 1-0. Portmore beat Waterhouse 2-1. And our games today, we had Mount Pleasant, who beat Portmore 2-0. Dumbo Holding and Chapelton 0-0. Harbourview and Mullines. Benton, Mullines still in the Premier League.
Better than quite a few teams.
My Lord. Well, Harbourview 0, Mullines 0. And as of right now, in the 89th minute, Racing is beating Cavalier 4-1.
And actually, it's so fitting that you brought up Racing and fixed up Cavalier. Because I think Cavalier lose like week 2.
Them lose to Mobile.
Yes, Mobile United Or was it Mobia? I will beat them.
Hold on.
Xavier Gilbert.
It's not. Yes. Xavier Gilbert is at Mobile.
No, I wasn't Mobia. I thought it was Portmore.
No, man, no, it's Mobile. So on Monday, Cavalier. Who them play so back to back?
Yeah.
Cavalier.
But they had remember they had games that they postponed earlier in the season with I think the Caribbean with the cup with the
right. So Monday Cavalier did beat Mobile 3-0, and then in turn round Thursday, Mobile beat Cavalier 1-0. And now Racing I beat them 4-1. Racing. So that's my yard ballers roundup.
Speaking of Cavalier. The head coach, Cavaliers head coach, Rudolph Speed, and Jamaica's interim head coach was on program with Richie B, the legend Richie B. Seems like he needs to do less interviews and more coaching.
That's
so
why I'm
quite a few things were he said in that interview.
Was it real? Was it real though?
Yep. Them just speed it up.
Yes.
Quite a few things he said in the interview, Camon and Junior. He said that he's did I hear that correctly? He won 60 titles?
But every 60 titles.
But 60 titles from where? Which part?
What schoolboy am I talk about? He must have talked about some league. Maybe he might talk about girl title. I don't know. That doesn't sound right.
So, but all right, regarding Craig Butler, he was asked about Craig Butler, and he says that I understand why this man upset with him because he's never defeated him. Craig Butler has never defeated him, whether he's that amateur, professional, schoolboy, or no big man thing, as in the Jamaica Premier League, and he might get relegated. He says he might get relegated, as in Craig Butler, this season in the Premier League. What kind of foolishness is that from the coach of the Jamaica Reggae Boys team?
Ask him again, Judah, I never hear you.
Is he lying?
Junior, Craig Butler is in the hospital. This is not the right time to kick a man while he's literally down.
All right, so with that being said,
yes. And by the way,
wish him speedy recovery. So big up Craig.
Speedy recovery. Yes. Sorry. Yes.
We're not saying anything that he didn't put on social media. So people who follow him on social media is aware that he went through a procedure recently. So big up Craig. So yes, we're not kicking him while he's down, and knowing Craig, he will want you to try to kick him while he's down, because it's one thing. Let me channel my inner Craig Butler, right? That does sound right. Let me tell you what Craig. Let me tell you what Craig will say. Like a phoenix, we will rise. So get your kicks in now. The phoenix will rise back. But Speed was a line. I mean, didn't he get relegated last year?
Yes, but
yes.
Do you need to say these things in an interview?
Yes.
The man asked you about this rivalry, and you went on to said, as in the man as in Richie B asked you about this rivalry, and you went on to said, you can see why he's upset. Isn't that a bit too much, come on, pettiness? Childish?
No. I said the same thing too, because you realize that the war is really one-sided. You don't see Mr. Speed come out and do all of the foolishness where Craig decided to do one big podcast and vlogging and car and whatever. You know, see Speed or do them something. So you ask him a question, why not be? I'll be petty too, like at some point. Right now, I'm tell you something. If he gets Chapperton relegated this season, him not have no grounds to talk, nothing for say. Him for shut up his mouth and go on. Nothing that Rudolph said was a lie. Because we're not used to him coming out and saying anything, we think it's petty. It's not. Answer them, Mr. Speed.
BM just said if Mason Greenwood didn't want to play for Steve McLaren, he most certainly not playing for PE coach Rudolph Speed.
Hold on. Look,
This is
I'm
Speed.
going
Don't send me a
I'm gonna bring
lawsuit.
balance.
Those are the views of BM and not.
No, I'm gonna bring balance to the show because Mr. Speed is a yellow house coach, you know, and enough sports day title him winning, you know. Got 60 title, a whole heap of sports day title,
That's a
so you
lot.
can't dismiss the PE coach. Triple says, every time I say CB, I'm thinking Carl Brown. Craig Butler ain't no different. They're the two most toxic people in the Jamaican space about each other. Do you think Craig wouldn't do the same? Which is a key question. Craig has done the same. Craig has been on a social media campaign talking about the conflict of interest, and Rudolph Speed has been within his crosshairs. So I think Rudolph Speed inadvisably bit the bait in that interview and retaliated. He has done so well, or the people around him has done so well to keep him away from the limelight, keep him away from the airwaves. Sometimes it is good to just shut up, don't say anything. Sometimes it's good to say don't say anything, and as hard as it is, and this is me, my 40-something years old self-attack. And Rudolph Speed supposed to be in that age range too. So me like expect him to understand the need of quiet, the need of silence. When a man throw dirt by your name, leave it alone, especially if it's not true, because maybe there's some truth to what Craig Butler is saying, and it hurt. Because if a man come out there and say something about me that's not true, yeah, you won't even get a response out of me. So
But that's true too. But remember, this has been going on for years. It's not like no, because him get the job. But years, and you really don't hear Mr. Speed come out. So now that Mr. Speed get the coveted position, you can't chat to him. Him can't say whatever he wants to say no, because him get the position he wanted.
well, him better beat New Caledonia
Hey,
in a match.
hey.
And listen. We know one thing is for sure, and 100% thing is certain. Jamaica won't have Leon Bailey and Whisper in that game. Arguably, they might not even have Shamar Nick. We don't know. We
Why
don't
not?
know who will side with Craig Butler versus Speed.
Shamar reach now this.
Let me hear Craig Butler call up Shamar name constantly.
Because Shamar felt like he was done wrong, right, with the police. And so what Craig wants is he wants people on his side. So he wants to bring Shamar on his side. So he's siding with him, and he's, he might defend him because he want Shamar over him side. Shamar no fool. A long time he might do this. Him want him spot. So why again we talk about players keeping their mouth shut to get what they want? Why would with Shamar come out now and side with Craig when Craig's sworn enemy is the head coach, and I need to be in the head coach good graces? Him can call me whatever.
Easy answer.
What?
In the group chat, Coach Speed sent a message. Hey fellas, speaking to Michail right now. He's in good spirits and doing well. We might recall him to the squad. Oh, no, Shamar. No, Shamar said, no, boss. No, what for talk?
So we have how many striker position, right? Shamar is not that far down on the pecking order. Well, except Shamar is going to be upset. He may be on the bench, but one of them other players they're not forward. And if anybody not forward, it would be Whisper. Because Kaim Dixon is playing at a higher level. That even though him gonna one division lower, he's playing senior big man football. And if even this weekend, his face was the face on the program. Only put that pump, put player program, he's doing well. So I don't worry. If anything, Shamar is Number well, I mean with the light skin one name,
Bailey Calibatari.
no, not even a pecking order over Shamar. Shamar position is set. Shamar is a son of the soil, and Jamaicans love Shamar. So all
You know,
Shamar has to do, continue playing at his club. Go
you,
and score goals.
you know what would be a good exercise? Leading up, because we will not have anything to go off with Rudolph Speed. We are going to know what a Rudolph Speed Jamaica is going to look like the first against New Caledonia. What we should do as an exercise is probably do some research on Cavalier and get an idea of which players will be playing, because we might be surprised.
Yes, Racing just beat Cavalier 4-1. Let us use somebody.
Well, Rudolph Speed have bigger things to worry about.
Hey, look here. What?
Yeah.
All right, and when is the transfer? No transfer. When is the international break? Is it 2 weeks before the tournament?
No, it is the actual tournament.
Come on, we must have 5 days, 3 days, 2 days. We must have 5 days. Benton, do the research. Back up there. We must have 2 days, 3 days, whatever. But them can put in one practice match somewhere. If I even with a month.
There is no practice game.
I mean, you can't practice in Mexico.
So okay, so the team were 160, about 167.
100 and enough.
So the team, so our practice match that for DR Congo.
Yeah,
that is the practice match for
to junior.
Yeah, that's the practice match with DR Congo. But I tell you that from you was the one that cued me on his come out, because I was thinking there's no way there's not a FIFA date before the tournament and there isn't a FIFA date before the tournament. So no, when I had a practice game, we will have to sit down and do our own research and say, you know what? The profile of a striker that Cavalier always play is a shorter, speedy striker. We might be surprised.
But we don't have that. Unless Speed I got pull a Craig and give a selfish and close spin, right? And bring in 2 striker from it. We're just lose the race in 4-1. Let me keep saying that.
Warner Brown
score. Warner Brown play for Warner Brown play. No one plays Warner Brown play for.
Yeah.
Him score 2 today.
Yeah.
Warner Brown.
But if Michail Antonio is playing for Leicester and he's assisting and scoring, there's no way. There's no way Michail Antonio don't make the squad.
Yeah. He can't make the squad, but playing no. No.
We want Michael out there because we not have no captain out there. We need a man for when the one see first him a run with him head down and a run in a defender, him just give him a one drape up.
You ever said Michail Antonio is not like him about to play for Jamaica for the first time? Is there any history of Michail Antonio being that guy? The only thing I remember from Michail Antonio is him trying to forbid the Jamaican Hurricane. Come back on midfield and want control ball and get pass and expect to run to the back post and him cannot make it. That is before the injury. I'm telling you, no.
FIFA unfair though. I mean, the teams who are going to should have an opportunity to have a camp and have a couple of friendlies. So they're only catering to.
Yeah, big league this. Yo, the player have to just make up numbers.
No, Benton, before you even go there, so it is not FIFA unfair. Jamaica too damn fool. They are the only country changing a coach in between the last World Cup qualifier and the
coach resign. What you want them to do? Beg him for stay?
He's a damn idiot.
Well, it's the same staff as the consultant. That's no will continue the journey.
With a busy bonus staff. And whoever Rudolph Speed and the committee was signing up this idiot coach should have known the quality and the personality of this man. That he was going to quit on the team before failing. Jamaica not failed to make the World Cup and the man quit. He quit. So no,
I
Jamaica
thought
should
Rudolph was
not.
consulting.
Jamaica should not even beat New Caledonia. And hint, I am setting it up that them going to lose. That's why I'm saying them
Oh
not
my
them.
gosh, you know I'm not them are gonna win because you said I'm gonna
I
lose.
hope they
Well, I
win.
mean,
As
at
a
the end of the
Jamaican, I
day,
hope they
New
win.
Caledonia can park a bus and tell Jamaica to try break them down.
The saving grace of Jamaica is the feel is going to be good, which is ironic. I remember me telling them before, man. I'm gonna say it again. The irony is Jamaica should have fielded a more homegrown team in the World Cup qualifiers because of the conditions. Jamaica better not field a homegrown team in a Mexico. Y'all bring the man in some field and in some environment where them more going to be sit down a sightseeing more than play a ball game. Bring the man them were used to playing on pristine surface. Bring them and put them on the field and play a certain way. That's why Steve McLaren, you don't
Junior
want
set
to
it
lose.
up perfectly. We not keep believer in the pie regarding speed. We have a few weeks for discuss. But before we leave, before we take ourselves, Roy Simpson, come on. Up it this week. A long time in the sea, so we have to get in everything we can. Roy Simpson, very vocal in his op-ed. He presented not an op-ed, a presentation to Business House Footballers Association. And pretty much charting a path where Jamaica football team looking forward will depend on more local-based players. Roy, to paraphrase, pretty much says that we have gone away from the key ingredient focusing on local players. Come on. Roy Simpson on the JFF, GenSec, interim and team manager for multiple years. So how now him come tell we all of this? What do we make of this from Roy Simpson? Is this setting up something for Rudolph Speed though? What is this?
Maybe him couldn't say it as a team manager, but now him can say it out as the GenSec. But I disagree with Simon, my friend, but I disagree with him 100%. We should always try to find the best players. The best players. Don't matter if them local. If we have a striker who is better than Michail Antonio, of course, bring him in. But we can't talk about local players who are not good enough to tie Michail Antonio, for tie who else?
You just like I said, tie Michail Antonio shoes.
Yes, shoes. Ethan, but it's true. Ethan Pinnock, though. So what he's saying is patriotic, right? But what they should do is they should implement this system. And I know Rudolph Speed have this thing where him have a quota when it comes to the youth program. All right, then, if we want to move towards local based players, why not start at the youth level? U15, U17, U20s, and U23s. Let them be local, build them and go up. Only we alone come out and argue about them something here, you know. Trinidad have one local bass player, and it's Kevin Molino. Everybody else play everywhere else. Same thing with Haiti. Them have them players. Curacao have one player who play locally. Everybody live in Netherlands. Why are we so fixated on local players? A national team needs the best players. Best players, that's it. We don't have to worry about local. I remember when Panama had local base, when the Twins, them a coach, they had mostly local players. And they had to go out there and get players who are playing overseas. Why are we fixated on that? The U20 World Cup coming up. Let us see the makeup. I know we watch Kerry's videos and whatever. How many local base players we see in our U20? But I people them big man side, uno one come full up with Racing Man, Chapperton Man, Mullines Man.
Yo, Mullines at work. We have a striker named Rian Nilsson who needs to get a run.
Can you imagine? We didn't know we fly, spend more money on we fly down because he's striker for Spanish Town Police.
You see, this is the problem. You know what? This is the problem. I want to direct the quote from Roy Simpson. Roy Simpson said, quote, "What worked in our golden eras, 1998, 2011, the Gold Cup finals in 2015 and semifinals 2017, semifinal 2017, the great moments that shaped our pride was not a foreign formula. It wasn't foreign voices. It wasn't foreign magic. It was Jamaica. It was community. It was unity, culture, and heart."
That's okay. That is fine. But you can't tell me, say, every time Ethan P don't put on him yellow shirt, him don't play with art. Let us cut out the foolishness. You can cut out the madness. And remember, Dion Burton was what? Was he local? Giles Barnes was local. What the Englishman name? Call some Englishman name because I see them picture. What the Brownie name?
Fitzroy Simpson, Paul Hall. Well, Frank Sinclair could have stayed.
So listen, so I like it. I like it. And I'm not saying that our team should be completely made of foreign players, but there has to be a balance, a complement. Like how we are for Shamar. If Shamar not get the work done, we'll probably need somebody else. But we can't sit on it and talk about it has to be local. Can't be. We need the best players. Me no want to spend my money and put on my shirt and go out there and pick up all 20 from one little dibby side. I mean, like, when people talk about loving Jamaica, me have every jersey from back when my picnic play U15. And I pick up myself and I go to my games in Texas. You have some money come talk about football, and football are playing in Florida, and me live in Maryland, and them no got the games. So I don't want to go out there and spend my hard-earned money and see 11 made-up players who, when I go to watch Arnett and Harborview, is boogie of football. That is not it. I love the art and I love the passion. Let us start at the youth level. So when I going to say about the woman's side, whatever, which one we have probably one player or two players who play local football in Jamaica? So, and 3/4 of the girls, they're born a foreign for the women. And how many times have we been to the World Cup? So let us stop being fool and homesick and whatever for the foolishness. Jamaica needs to pick the best squad and give it the best 11 players out there who will play with art. Come on now. Why go sit down, man?
He went on to say, because there's more to this. He said, "There are lessons we abandoned that we must reclaim. We once trusted a strong local core. We once involved communities in the mission. Sponsors once joined because they believe in the vision, not because we beg. Every stakeholder once had a seat at the table. Our greatest strength was never imported. Our greatest strength has always been our people." So maybe this is the way forward for JFF. And I think, hear me out, come on. We have to go and unplug the sound and go my way out and look a bit. But Rene Simoes said something according to Oral Tracy that we need to instill the Jamaican DNA back into the squad. AKA, the way I take that is that the core needs to be Jamaican, just like the 98 team, where he built something from the ground up and supplement with some foreign players. Whereas now it's foreign and supplement with some Jamaican players.
The goalkeeper is Jamaican. We are all right. That is the core. So below from the goalkeeper, below from the back. Richard King, Damian Lowe,
Andre Blake. Who else we got?
Richard King, Damian Lowe, Shamar, Kaim, Whisper, Cephas. What are we saying? What exactly are we saying?
We have.
I think there's a back. Well, for one, Rice Simpson was talking. I'm going to say this on the Wednesday show. I'm going to say it again. Rice Simpson was talking to the Jamaican business house footballers. He has to talk from a home-centric point of view. He's not going to sit up there and say,
I am leaving. With that comment, but I am going home.
And this will come from the once famous business out football, I know.
But a real talk.
You
A real talk.
you have a point. You must say, wanna go out there and do the best, and you too can be in this 11 on the pitch. That's what he's saying. You too can be a true. So he's been
Junior, you take it for the deal.
He's been a snake oil salesman. That's what he's
Guess
doing.
what? Guess what?
He's trying to sell ice to an Eskimo.
Because we all know. Come on, no. I mean, there's just a backlash going on, and Jamaicans, we are just angry, and we don't know where to vent, and any little angle we can vent through. So,
and guess what? We can't talk about not getting a foreign coach, because Schaefer was the foreign coach when we got Gold Cup. Simoes was the coach when we went to the World Cup. So now that you're talking about coaches, okay, look at the U20 makeup. Local coaches, right? You have 1 and 2. When me and Ultimate Butler, they're there, right? But other people local. For the U
and
team,
I wouldn't consider Altaman Butler local coach. I think Altaman Butler is an international coach.
No, me never say everybody else local except like Altamont.
Yeah.
But I never have Rudolph Austin, right? Local. And then on the girls' side, the youth girls' side, we have local coaches. So what are we saying? But I as a country, yes, people upset and whatever and the passion and thing, but name me other local players who could go on the pitch and do a better job. If you can find them.
Warner Brown.
Wasn't Warner Brown injured though?
Yeah, the man them fight. Warner Brown was excellent. And by the way, BM just said the so-called best players haven't delivered. Come on. The so-called best players, aka these foreign players, they have not delivered. We did not make it out of the soup zone. So BM is querying, then what next?
So what we should do then is scout better players. Because remember, I am not saying that all of the players on the pitch must be foreign based, right? Foreign. Yes. And I am not saying that all the players on the pitch need to be local. Mm-hmm. So now let us look and talk about their scouting department, because apparently you're not doing a good job. You're not getting the players who complement your team. Mm-hmm. And then when you do get the players them to complement your team, who you have on the bench, you pick them because of favoritism. It makes no sense. So now we have to blame the coaches. We can't necessarily blame the players only. Yes, you will never find a team that have 11 best players at any time on the pitch. Curacao never have it and them advance. Haiti never have 11 great players and them advance. But this philosophy of we need to have homegrown players is a farce. We need to get the best players. So the PM, I understand what you're saying, and I say sometimes, I say, oh, on earth, you have some money player. You play Aston Villa. You play Birmingham. You play in a Russian league. You play
Roma.
Yeah, Chelsea U21. You there.
Leon Bailey, are you me a chat? Demari Gray. Are you me a chat? Nothing.
You're there Philly Union. You're there Houston. You're there St. Mirren, and yet your company Lembisaka, whatever I name, he had a poor game. Yeah. And you look at these players and you say, you guys play in this system that's supposed to make you thrive, and you come here and play garbage. We're not gonna have the best players on a given day, but we cannot just say we're going to go in all of the games them in the Jamaica Premier League and pick players, put them on the pitch, and hope that there are answers. When we go game, it's Book Yaga, long ball. It's like Jamaica Premier League have the blueprint of the national team where they bypass the midfield. So I don't get it. We have to be better in scouting, right? Because even when me a referee, and me hear the Jamaican and me send the parents them, me send some U15, some U17 and some U20 players to the Jamaica Football Federation. It's last week the man tell me say him send 30 video and message and nobody has responded. And the boy the over here scored 20 goals in a season. And you don't call him. You don't want the best players.
You don't want the best player. I'm not one of them.
Right. So let us see what they're going to do with this U20 World Cup coming up.
Yeah, hey, we are gonna cover it, you know. We are gonna cover it fully loaded with their feet. BM then went on to say, come on, Tapa took a mostly local based player team to the Gold Cup deep run. So
Well, that is true. But those were, if call some name, those were good local players.
okay.
They were good local players who were not necessarily playing in the local leagues. Where were they playing?
Okay. So some are play MLS, some are play at different places. Yeah.
So you understand? So it goes back to scouting.
Yes.
Kappa never go around and choose the players them from the Jamaica Premier League. These players are born Jamaican players, born at Jamaica, local players, but they play overseas, and that is what some of the people them having problems with. Yes, them born here, but them a player foreign. No, how can we have a Premier League and the best players them in the Premier League can't make the national team? Which is a valid question.
Yeah.
Valid question. But they're just not good enough.
This will be and put a bow on it. What I would love to see for my Jamaican team is a bunch of players. You have 90 minutes playing at the National Stadium against Curacao, and you're at the end of the 90 minutes. If you win, you're going to the World Cup, which is a dream that every young kid, boy or girl, had growing up in Jamaica. And I need to see that passion coming out of that player when they're on the field. I think we were saved that night, because if Jamaica had made it to the World Cup, I don't even think the fans would have stormed the field. I don't think there's a connection between the players and the Jamaican fans in the stand. When 98 happened, first of all, that's probably the reason why the stands is empty when Jamaica play, because there's no connection between the players and the stands. That's probably the reason why Jamaica couldn't find a goal, because there's no player on the field that have in the back of their mind that my cousin I watch from up there, so my granny I watch, my best friend I watch this, so blah, 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 blah. I have to get this goal. But I cannot face them people. How much of these players, when they walked off the field, just walk off the field, go into the bus, drive, go to the hotel, come get up in the morning, drive, go to the airport and go on to them yard? Versus having a team where the players them, at the end of the game, the players them stand up out there out in the stadium parking lot and talk to them, bridging them. How much players do we have like that? And that might be what the DNA is. That might be what the identity is. That might be what is missing. We don't have that. We just don't have it. There's no connection between the players and the Jamaican public. And it's good that they never make it to the World Cup. I'm going to say it. No, I'm going to say it. Because it's mercenary football. Look at South Africa. South Africa bringing a primarily local side going to the World Cup. That's what South Africa did. How long it took them. At the time when they take higher in all of the, think about the money that is, if you really think about it, the money that is spent on the dentist and McLaren, if you had taken part of that money, and you don't even have to hire a big name coach. Go to the University of North Carolina, go to Duke, go to Miami, go to Wake Forest, go to Stanford, where you have the football powerhouses in America, and look at that coach or look at that AD and say, here what? You have shown the ability to build an NCAA champion. Florida State are run through the women's football right now. Your AD or your football coordinator has shown the ability to build a perennial powerhouse. A player can only be at a college for 4 years, but you're consistently building and winning championships. Come take over the Jamaican youth program. How much money is spent on these coaches when you could have just take half of that Pay that coach to come in and take the next half and build the infrastructure. Yo, you know what? Not talk too much sense.
My Jamaicans play for Florida. Eh? One of our local player, one of our girl where player the senior team, she just transferred gone there. Well, listen, Junior. As a matter of fact, we don't need an expensive coach for you as long as we get the players. So we can talk about the coaches and whatever. We can have the best coach, right, in the world on the sideline. But if the players on the pitch can't play football, then we talk about Inter Miami. Like what him could have out there tell him, he's the coach, yes. But when could I out there and tell Messi, I see him all half time, I give Messi a little pep talk and I show him something or whatever. May I say, Inter Miami really don't need a name brand coach. Much one is not a name brand coach. And look what he has accomplished is the same thing. Yes, I've always been a tapper beater. But at this point, which one of these coaches, other than Schaefer and Simoes, really old coach Tapper?
Yeah.
None.
Record wise done, yeah.
I need them scouting, get the best players, but we can't rely on 11 local Jamaica Premier League player. If so be the case, we don't got them game because I don't like embarrassment. None at all. So it's we just have to just do better. That's just all.
You know what? Come on. I may agree with you. But me I got ask you a question because me just lose a couple strands here. Come on, Julia and I sat here a few weeks ago and watched Inter Miami. Was it 2 weeks ago? Played in the MLS Cup final against Vancouver. Ian Freya, a coach for the Jamaican national team. Junior and I was doing a watch along and we sat here and said, whose idea was it to play Ian Freya in midfield?
Out of position.
In Curacao. And so, all right, so Steve McLaren did that. Then what the one with Dewey and always call Buddy here? Lati. The dentist always play Lati Buddy here in midfield. What is going on? So we don't have a player we don't have no player in the JPL nowhere that can play this position. Rather, we take a right back and play in a midfield in a critical game. Because Ian Frey can't even control the ball. He did play well at right back, but he can't control the ball.
Hey, listen. And is that like it was forced to play him so him can inject somebody else? Who else did round there? Who play right back for in a Curacao?
Lambagiza.
Okay. So yeah, they have coaches who need or force or have to or want to play a player. So they move the player whose natural position it is and give him a next position. So them can accommodate that player. We see it. And Ian Frey played well for Inter Miami in the right back role, and we were like, and him have a bad game. He had a poor game the last time he played. Yeah. I don't understand. So if we beat Speed, cause Speed higher the coach.
Yes.
But when say he want a modern coach and go for almost 70 year old.
You want a modern coach?
A modern coach for a team that does not play through the midfield. You know what I call Jamaica? I call Jamaica Long Ball FC. And somebody said them call them Out of My Life Club. That's what it is. And so now we're going to wonder, are they going to bring back Ravel? Or Maggie had a good game for Mount Pleasant. Is Maggie going to be? Hey, Juna, don't go away.
Actually, that was the next question. In fact, someone just asked that question.
That is our local.
Someone just asked that in the chat. Because the person, I think it's BM, says with Miguel Coley, Maggie recently did an interview, said he frequently talk with Miguel. So is it a given that Miguel, because clearly according to the Maggie interview, is that there's a level of rapport there. I can read between the lines. So Miguel should be calling Maggie, right?
Yeah, but Maggie will have to help himself though, because there's no way at Mount Pleasant he will be on the bench, not contributing to Mount Pleasant, or if he plays, him not have a good game and still insist on going. But my little inside source they tell me say them Maggie had an opportunity to go overseas and them tell him said don't leave. Stay and play local football, and you will be called into the
Junior
national.
gone already, gone again.
So listen, I am not against Maggie. My problem with Maggie is that him is a Salah. Him don't trap back. Him don't defend. But for what Jamaica needs,
Mr. What?
Yo, you know what? We have to go put Cameroon in exile for use them two players there in IC instead. The man who scored, well, I guess Maggie did score the winning goal. What for Mount Pleasant for help Papa? So we can give him some.
If Maggie plays well, because listen, we don't have a midfielder. We really don't have one. So I am not against, and this is where they're talking about going back to local players. If Maggie is balling for Mount Pleasant, of course bring him back. Of course bring him in the national team. It can only help, it can't hurt. But he must learn off a trap back door.
New Caledonia, March 23rd. You know what? Why the show 2 hours long. But it's been a wonderful discussion. You can basically say we don't know what we are get March 23rd, basically with the reggae wise. We just hope for the best. Hope for the best. Hope for the best because I don't know. BM says Kevin Lambert often overlooked. Yes.
Hold on there. Well, Lambert. The Lambert never just get cut from the MLS club. Where is Lambert?
He's in I think New Mexico United.
You what? Lambert? Well, if somebody because a long time I not hear them talk about him. Well,
I think he's in the USL. If I last time somebody can
Louisville City FC.
Louisville City in there. Okay, all right. Yeah, the Utah Real Salt Lake thing never work out.
None at all.
Never work out.
None at all. So, I don't know. I mean, I like Lambert, but I don't think I've seen enough from Lambert for saying. I mean, like, listen, as me say, it can't hurt, and it comes down to scouting.
Yeah.
So if Lambert, Maggie, Ravel, Gold Teeth them again. Start with D. We go take them again in our midfield.
I know peanut jelly I talk about.
Yeah, we go.
Not Danny. Not Danny. You talk about Danny Dread. Danny you talk about.
Junior, we go take them again. Daniel
something.
Daniel Johnson you talk about.
Daniel.
Oh, DJ.
DJ Daniel Johnson.
But Junior gone.
No, but he did play.
Big gun. Big gun.
He did offer something in that midfield.
He did. Junior, right now.
6 years ago.
Junior, we trying to make the World Cup. BM says Daniel Johnson. Big up, BM. Big up.
You ever put Daniel Johnson and Ravel versus DR Cup? Yo,
worry about the wrong thing, you know. I see if I worry about with one Bissaka. You worry about the wrong thing.
Listen. Remember DR Congo knock out Cameroon and Nigeria out of the World Cup. I don't know why I bring them the whole money.
But according to the coach, they use voodoo. So what we must do now is make sure that Speed and whoever and Meran and Miguel go either St. Mary or go St. Thomas, because at this point we need some help.
So what have St. Mary money to do for QSO game?
because Jamaicans thought it was soup. Remember, Jamaica thought it was soup. So not even little wash off them take. They never even go down a mineral. They did not, because they had it in the bag. The bag end up of them. But listen, all me can say is scouting. So Speed have between now and him have until March for watch these players of them club and then decide the best players.
Yeah,
Because
and Rudolph Speed, stay off the airwaves. Less interviews.
Listen. I'm more Ruda Speed called BallChat name.
No, we
to
don't
ball-
take a call. We won't take the
I
call.
no,
Go
we
coach.
want to call with them so we can get more popular. If Rudolph Speed, part of the technical committee, couldn't recruit a side for the last 4 years, we think about recruit a side in 3 months. Yo,
as
my
the,
God, yeah,
as,
man.
as,
Come
as,
on.
as, as the head coach, and he has help from Miguel Coley.
Little more.
We're looking forward to see more Dwayne Busy Atkinson lining up for the Reggae Boys.
Hey Benton,
Jesus
you're gonna make
Christ.
Junior a stroke. Cut it out.
Yo, time for a go where we are. Big up to the family, big up to everyone on the live. Big up, come on. Big up yourself. Always a pleasure seeing you. Wonderful face. Junior, big up yourself, family. Big up to all the ones on the live. A time for a go where we are. 2 hours.
Yo, BM, you always check me.
Yeah, man.
Good.
Big up. Junior, come on. Yo, what else? Any comments you want to highlight before?
Later.
Junior say enough for now. Or mash him up from the Maggie talk.
I know that.
No, mash from the Michail Antonio talk.
Yeah, man. Big up to all the people. Them.
Against a woman playing for the men's team. There's no rules to that.
Yes,
Bring your
there's
body
rules
shot.
against that. We don't want to go down the drain. We don't want to do that. You have to do one test. You have to do a track test.
If you want to draft a bunny shot, you can draft a Michael. CM attributes. CM attributes.
The Julia just tag off it, turn off the mic, turn off the camera.
Julia, same attributes. Box rider, same
But
attributes.
come on, one is a goal scorer and one's a utility player.
Well,
One is a... Yo, big up to Michail Antonio. Now. Remember I said, no right back him used to play. The left back him started out. And then him end up a play striker now. Come on, there's levels to this, man. Levels to this.
Michael would have scored twice the amount of goals at Bonnie Shy from the play upon Man City women's team.
Yo, big up to the family. Have a safe week. Big up to everyone. You know, it's always a pleasure. Smash the like button. Subscribe. While Liverpool fans, them quiet.
And then win.
Yeah, them quiet and them win. Because I'm out at top 5, I guess. Yo, we're going on the road now. Look at more family. Bless up.